So we're on to the patch notes right now, guys. They kind of hinted at this yesterday. I didn't think they were going to release this soon, but this is currently live. These are the live patch notes for Overwatch 2 starting of June 28th. First off, on the docket list, we are going to go over Cassidy, of course, his magnetic grenade. He said they want the grenade to require slightly more demanding aim and intention in its use, especially at the longer ranges. So the seeking radius has now been lowered from 1.5 to 1.3 meters. Not a huge nerf. I guess they're taking this kind of slow. And then the homing duration has been lowered from 1 to 0.75 seconds. So this means that after 3/4 of a second, it's no longer going to home into any targets. It's just going to plop down and just not be usable anymore. So if it doesn't reach a target by that 0.75 seconds, it'll no longer seek out that target. So this is pretty good. This is mainly to address when Cassidy's would just yeet the flashbang like across the map, and it would just go around corners and just attach to people. So obviously in the right direction. We'll see how that affects the games today. The meat and potatoes, though, I'm sure you guys are excited about as the May changes. They did say that despite the primary fire gameplay feeling more interesting now. I don't know who said that. I don't know who said this to them. I think they made this shit up, dude. I'm telling you. I'm pretty sure they made this up because I know nobody thought this was more interesting. At least from what I heard of. I didn't hear one. When I tell you, I heard 100 people say that they hated the new playstyle. And I didn't hear one person say that they liked it. I'm not even kidding. Like that's straight up exactly what I heard. So I don't know where they're getting this from. But anyways, May's effectiveness overall was negatively impacted by the trade and damage for slowing utility. Wow, it's almost like I was saying after I lost like 15 games in a row, that May doesn't have as much value now. That's crazy that May's effectiveness overall is negatively impacted by the trade and damage. That's crazy. That's crazy how I said that, and everyone was like, well, she's being played in Overwatch League, and I said that's fine. That's because it's a team, like a team based. She has so much more utility now, but if she's not getting that utility utilized by your team, it's a massive nerf to her. And for people that are playing on solo ladder, this was a massive nerf because solo ladder or just ladder in general, obviously you're not going to be able to have a whole team typically take full advantage of her utility. So it's going to be a massive trade-off for the ladder players. That's why it was used in Overwatch League very intensely. But in ladder, you might have been seeing that a lot of people have been losing with May lately, and that's why that happened. We're shifting some of that power back into her damage. Maximum slow applied by the primary fire has been reduced from 50% to 40%. So that's whatever. Basically going back to it's going to be ramping up from 30% to 40%. So instead of the maximum being 50%, it's now 40%. This was the default slow for May on release of Overwatch 2. This was like the instant slow. So it's not a huge, it's just 30% to 40%, whatever. I don't know why they don't just take this back to 40%, and then once it hits a second and a half of doing that, it hits the deep chill, which is down here. I don't know why they still want to ramp it up from 30 to 40. That's just going to be affecting people's aim. It's going to be very weird. So I don't know why they're keeping this in. Again, I do recommend, if any devs are in here, just revert it back to its instant 40%. It felt great. Being able to, once you hit them, they immediately slow down to that pace. It's not like a build up over time. It felt much better to have that instant feedback on that. Primary fire damage per second has been increased from 55 to 70. This isn't as big as I was hoping for. Again, my recommendation is all the way to 90. If you really want May to be a DPS again, she really needs that 90 damage per second. At least, in my opinion, that damage per second plus the proc shot would probably make her pretty balanced to what she was before. Mainly because the proc shot with the passive isn't as consistent as they're saying it, making it out to be. You're not getting that much more damage from that proc shot. It's not affecting your damage enough to make up for all the damage you lose from previously having 100 damage per second on her primary. So I'm going to recommend this. This is, in my opinion, before I even play it, I'm going to assume this still isn't going to be enough to make up for the damage that we lost before. So, but they're starting out small, I guess. We're going up to 70. We'll try it out today. I'll give my thoughts on that. Finally, the deep chill passive. The maximum slow applied when this effect activates to reduce from 75% to 65%. When deep chill is activated after you freeze somebody with your primary for a second and a half, it gets activated to a 65% slowdown on that target for 1.5 seconds is when they'll take that 65% slowdown. Now the proc shot is still there. That means they'll be moving at 65%, but you'll still get the additional 40% damage from your secondary if you hit a target in the deep chill passive state. So some minor changes to it. They're not as radical as I was hoping for. I still don't think Mei is going to be that huge of a pick for ladder. Obviously I would say this is probably a tiny bit better than she was before, but I don't think this is going to make her balanced. I still think she's going to be a little bit underutilized in the games, especially with the current meta going on right now. She's not going to be in a great spot, but we'll see today. Again, I could be wrong. We'll check out the game after this. Finally, Lifeweaver, Thorn Volley. Lifeweaver provides a lot of healing and defensive utility. Struggles with the consistency of his offensive damage output when not in close range. As he typically wants to position himself further away from his allies, these changes will enable well-aimed burst fire with the Thorn Volley weapon to be more effective at applying pressure to the enemy team, which is great. I've been saying it for a while. Lifeweaver's healing has been great. His damage has been very lacking. Lifeweaver's like, I think Sauce was playing Lifeweaver and I told him to go damage only, and he got like maybe 3,000 damage for a whole match. 3,000 damage for a top 500 support player playing Lifeweaver, going DPS only and only being able to get 3,000 damage for a whole match is not okay for a support. So I'm glad that they're focusing on this a little bit more. Increase the number of projectiles to reach maximum spread from 0 to 20, and then maximum ammo increase from 70 to 80. So it's just a little bit more damage per second. Increasing that ammo means less downtime for those thorns. Some bug fixes, if you guys want to take a look at them. They did fix Antarctic Peninsula. It might be back in the game. We'll see today if that's back. Parisa looks like they fixed some stuff. This might be back now. Watchpoint Gibraltar, that wasn't out of the rotation. Let's see, Mei did get fixed in the previous update. Fixed a bug with Mei's secondary fire not dealing extra damage to slowed heroes if you swap heroes during the match. And I said it before, this was fixed before, like while people were saying it was still an issue. This was fixed pretty quick, from what I saw. After people found this out, Overwatch did a very silent update to it, which I noticed. And they fixed this last time. So fixing a previous update, fixed an issue with Blizzard where enemies who had been frozen previously with Mei's endothermic blaster would not freeze/remain frozen in the Blizzard. So a couple good bug updates for Mei players, things that they fixed. But that's it. It's a very tiny hot fix that they dropped. We'll see how this affects things. Obviously, I agree. Not wholly, but I agree with the changes. I think it's the right direction for all these heroes. So we'll see how that impacts them today. So anyways, we're going to jump into the training ground here so you guys can take a look at the new Mei and what she can do. By the way, welcome in everybody. Fractal Elf, welcome in. Shakes, what up? Astrus, welcome back. Onyx, welcome in. Senior Zio, welcome in as well. Lettuce, what's up? Mutaz. Loco, of course. VV, what's up? Avalon, hello. Hello, everybody. ML7 said the Mei changes won't do much. Thoughts? I kind of agree. I kind of agree. I don't think it's going to do that much. But what I will say is that what's nice, we were experimenting with this before, is what I found was so annoying in my matches was that I could not duel anybody. Even 150 HP heroes like Zenyatta, right? Like it's insane that I couldn't do the primary, freeze them in deep chill, and then body shot them with the right click and it wouldn't kill them. Like that to me was unacceptable for Mei as a dual hero. But so we're taking a look at this. So you now can get him to the proc state, hit him with the secondary, and it kills him immediately. So at least for those, she has a little bit more dueling potential, a little bit more damage. We'll take a look at ooh, sorry, got a little chilly. We'll take a look at like Ana, for example. See how that affects it. So we get her into that deep chill state. But the body shot also kills the Ana. So this means that a lot of the more squishy targets Mei is still going to be able to one shot. Let's try Junkrat, for example. Deep chill state, body shot. There you go. So this is gonna make it much, at least more consistent. So if you're able to get the proc shot, you're gonna be able to secure a kill. So this at least in my opinion, is gonna make it feel much better to actually go for the proc shot, because it's gonna feel a little bit more like you're getting value with it. So I think it's good. It like kind of crosses the threshold a little bit, but I don't think that her overall utility is going to be as high. So, but she has a little bit more brawling potential. So now if you're going up against targets, your goal is to freeze them, get them into a proc, that proc state, hit the right click, and you'll secure the kill as long as they don't receive healing from somebody else. So at least you can kind of brawl out a little bit. Proc shot stinky. I agree, bro. I'm going back to it. They said it in the patch notes. They said they were saying that even though May's play style, like the primary, was more interesting to play, is what they said in the patch notes. And dude, I just want to say straight to them, who the fuck is saying who's saying that? What person that plays May out there is saying that this is a more interesting play style? It's not. It's not. So anyways, I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny. I thought it was a little goofy on their part.